All right, what's going on, y'all? We back with another reaction video. Today we got some yellow jackets, a massive nest. I don't know, I think it's like stuck inside of a building. Oh, it's stuck inside of a ceiling. My bad, it's right here. But yeah, we're just gonna check this out. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about yellow jackets, man. I've been stung by them so many times when I was a kid, bro. Like I got mixed feelings about bees and hornets and all that and all that bullshit. So we're about to jump into it.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Hornet King channel, and this is the first super nest
Oh,
removal
shit, I got
of
the wrong
2020.
headphones in.
This nest was
Hold on for a
humongous,
second.
at least 4 seasons of yellow jacket building inside this cavity. This client was noticing some yellow jackets inside, and in various
Hell,
rooms of her home.
hell no. That's not even a small nest. That's a big ass nest. And she had that in her house for how long?
Upstairs and downstairs. And upon investigating, I told her that it was probably in the soffit between the rafter space. But once I started exploring a little bit, I noticed it behind this siding where this jutting out window was. But this nest is huge, and it was probably
Yeah,
about
that
2
shit
feet
big as
deep
fuck.
and about 2.5 feet wide, and whatever that is, 20 inches tall.
Is he using
I
a
mean, it was just
vacuum cleaner?
incredible amount of space in there, and they filled it all up with envelope. So when I first started vacuuming, I thought maybe the nest was just kind of caked right to the front here.
What
I
are you
didn't think
doing
it
with a
went back
vacuum
as far
cleaner,
as
though?
it did. So when I
Sucking
started
the bees out
vacuuming,
of
I was like, oh my god, this is like for different seasons of building.
Hell yeah, that shit been there for like years, it looked like.
So I was like, oh, screw this. There's no way my vacuum's going to be able to handle all this envelope. So I started just kind of pulling it out with my fingers to try to see how far back it
Yeah,
went.
for one, hold on. For one, what are you vacuuming? You're gonna vacuum the whole nest up? Yeah, when I seen that, I would have been like, the vacuum ain't gonna work. You immediately got to go to like, I don't know what tools you got to use to pull that out, but ain't no vacuum getting that big ass nest out. Look at that shit.
And it just like went back further and further and further. And I was just astounded. So you could see the different colors in the envelope, and that's how I knew that they were different seasons. The kind of like more tannish color is a separate season than the light gray. The light gray is usually the current season. I don't know why the envelope discolors or whatever. It could also be where the yellow jackets are pulling their material from each season. But this colony had like several different other colonies in it, so it wasn't just the yellow jacket, German yellow jackets. It was also some different Polistes nests were in there, and then also mud daubers. But there was a large amount.
Yeah, I can't do
different
that, man.
So that's how I knew that there was at least 3 or 4 seasons.
Like I said, I got mixed
Yellow jacket.
like I said, I got mixed feelings about like bees and like yellow jackets and stuff. Like soon as I felt like that, like a nest was like building inside my house. Like if I seen bees in my house like almost every day, or I knew something was going wrong, I'd have probably just sold the house, keep it a stack. I'd have sold the house. I mean, I don't know. I'd have called somebody first, but like I'd probably end up selling the house. Like how did that get started in the first place?
Jackets. So to explain how a super nest
Now, how do you let
works
it get like that?
is up here in PA we have different seasons. So by the time it gets cold, a yellow jacket colony will start to die down, and it's just the end of their cycle. So what happens is they release their new males and their new queens, which mate, and they go off and they winter over underneath of foliage or a bush or in a log, and they protect themselves from the elements until next spring, when they can reemerge, the queens only, not males, where they can reemerge and venture out to fight for the new queens.
What?
So the
I want to see what
following
kind of
season,
suit he's wearing.
they just pretty
It
much
showed it
pick
at
up
the
where they
beginning,
left
didn't it?
off. They won't necessarily build in the original comb, but they'll build onto the comb, and they'll continue to grow a nest from that point. And that's what happened here. So this nest I'm pulling down, I believe, would be the original nest, because this felt like it was the oldest comb that I pulled
That's
out.
big as hell.
So you can see how large this was. This is about 2 feet long and about 9 inches wide and
Yeah,
about
that's
10
crazy.
inches tall. It was a decent sized nest. And then all around that was newer and newer and newer envelope. So as they progressed each season, as new colonies started, they just continued to build on in that cavity, and that's why we have.
I can't do it.
Amount of
I can't
envelope.
do it.
And to think about
How much they paid
more
this man
hours went
to
into
clean this
building
shit up?
nest, if you look
I
at
couldn't
all
do
this
it.
envelope that I'm pulling out, handfuls and handfuls of envelope, which came out to be about a full black trash bag of envelope and nesting material. One wasp goes out and forages for about 25 to 40 minutes to chew
They trying
on
to
a
fuck
piece of
him up
wood
too.
to get enough cellulose to bring it back to literally make a line of envelope that is as wide as a Sharpie mark and as long as maybe an inch to 2 inches. That is it for the envelope that one wasp will get in a single travel or single forage.
Hold on, look at his suit. Oh. Get out of here, Ad.
And you look at all
Look at his suit. A suit
as a
protector.
Sharpie mark and as long as maybe an inch to 2 inches.
Oh, there you go.
For the envelope.
Hey, I couldn't do it with the suit on. I ain't even gonna capture y'all. I couldn't even do it with the suit on. You see me running. You see me jumping off this ladder, running around, and
That one
I'd be
wasp will
panicking.
get in a single travel or single forage. And you look at all the envelope in here. You know how many millions of wasps that took to build all of this envelope. It's just
yeah,
absolutely
that was a big ass nest.
And what you're seeing here in this video, this is a 20-minute video, but it took me at least an hour to just get all the envelope out. Because I'm also trying to make sure I'm not pulling out the new nest, because that's where the mecca of current adults
It took him an hour to do that?
And I don't want to open that up.
I couldn't last
prematurely.
5
I wanna
minutes. I'm
make
gonna just
sure
keep
that
it a
I'm
whole
just
stack
getting
with
all
y'all.
the old nest out and then slowly expose, like almost like excavating like I do with my ground nest. Just slowly, so that way once I actually do locate where the new current nest is, then I can focus that solely at the very, very end of the removal. Because I really don't want all the swarming to happen constantly. I want it to just kind of happen at one point and then deal with the swarm at one particular point in the removal. I don't want it to just be all swarming the entire time.
Wait. What'd he say? He don't want them to all swarm at once?
The entire time.
That's what they're gonna do.
I don't want it to just be all swarming the entire time. You can see
Whoever's house this is, hold on, let me get a better view. Whoever's house this is, they shouldn't have let that build up that crazy. Like, they must have been procrastinating to call somebody, because it literally, I think he said it earlier in the video, it literally had took like a million wasps to build, or yellow jackets, whatever they are, to build that, bro. So just imagine, there ain't no way. Just imagine how long they've been there. They had to been there for like over, I don't even know.
back in there in that cavity.
Over
how many
it.
Polistes wasp nests are hanging.
That had to be like
up
over
inside
2
that
years.
Cavity further back. So if this would have been left to go, they would have just filled that entire space up. Eventually
Damn.
start making their way inside with the envelope, and it would start making their way inside, you know, at a different season into the
What you talking
actual
about? They been inside.
wall spaces.
Yeah. What you mean?
Look at all that. It was about the size of a cheese
They inside
pizza,
right now.
as far as diameter was concerned, and it was probably about 4 or 5
What is he doing?
layers
Sucking all that?
thick of cone. So now they really started swarming. Now that I picked up the current nest, so I just want to spend a little bit of time just kind of battening down some of the numbers. But it's really just drops in the ocean. I mean, look at how many are flying around me.
Yeah, that's crazy. How much do he got to get paid? How much does he have to get paid to do that? What y'all think? Cause there ain't no way. There ain't no way.
German yellow jackets, they don't latch on like southern yellow jackets or easterns do. They kind of just dive bomb you, and they act like, I mean, they do swarm, and they will attack you, and they are attacking me. But
Oh, yeah,
they,
what you mean?
They just kind of float around, like they don't really like, man, like if you go into a southern,
You
yellow
taking their
jacket
home
colony,
apart.
like they just like come.
They
right
trying to fuck
and
you
they
up.
Latch on, they do not let go until you're either dead or you run away and bat them off.
Yeah, I'm
Look at the
surprised
numbers in this
that
thing.
suit's
Like, now I
even
picked
like
that up, it just
doing the
started
job,
flowing
bro.
out of there. And a lot of what you're seeing on the bottom here are new males and queens. Look at that nest. The beautiful reveal.
Damn.
This nest is just so huge, and it was heavy. Like, you wouldn't think that a made for
He keep using a vacuum. He keep using a vacuum like it's doing something. Like the vacuum ain't doing shit. It's too many of them. It's too many of them. There ain't no way. It's too many of them.
and huge nest. I can't even put words to describe it accurately as to like how incredibly massive this thing was. So depending on how I'm doing the removal, sometimes I'll just hold the comb like this, and then I'll just vacuum up the adults as they come back to the colony, because they will, ones that are swarming will see the comb and sense the queen, and still fly back to the comb, and then I can vacuum them up from there. But the numbers are just a lot of this envelope out. I mean, to get 90% of it out.
Yeah, you gotta get
some of
what?
it's, like,
90%.
you know,
Oh, you say you want to get 90%. I don't pay you to get 90%. You get paid to get all that shit out. I mean, that's what I would want. I mean, that's what I would pay him for. Like, I need 100% of that gone, gonzo. I can't. But I just can't. I can't do the bees. I can't do the yellow jackets. So like me, there's no 90. You get 100. Get 110% out. There's no 90.
can't get everything, but I do try to clean out the cavity the best I can.
He said he can't get
So
everything.
you'll see the ones that are crawling down the bottom. Most of those are males and queens, and so they released a lot of new males and queens already this part of the season. So I just want to make sure I get as many of those.
That vacuum
out, 'cause I don't
cleaner's
want them
working?
to do the same thing they did last year, where they just released new males and queens, and then you just start building right where they left off.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's a pretty
couldn't do
daunting
it. Does
task
he, like-
doing this type of removal, because there's so many.
Does he get all of it
and I
out?
see a cluster of them, so I move the vacuum nozzle over there, but then they all come back to the entranceway again. So it's just like that back 50 of them, like just like that.
That shit working, huh?
And I could
Barely.
stand there all day, and I would still be vacuuming and vacuuming and vacuuming, because there'd be that many foragers. If there's this many here, and head out.
Yeah, I need that
Because
whole
my
thing
bin
clean.
couldn't hold all of the envelope and comb.
I
decided
need that
to put it into
whole
this
thing clean.
thing,
Wait,
and
he
then
put
I
it back on
spray
there?
around, looked like I was up.
He put it back on there 90%.
Be a seasoned nest, so this none of this has any larvae or any adults inside of it. So as usual with all my removals, I like to make sure that I button everything back up so it doesn't look like I was ever there. So I put all the soffit back together, all the siding, and then I spray around all of the openings and cracks and corrugation in that soffit and siding. And that
What kind of
way
spray is
it'll
that?
keep
What kind
any
of spray is that?
coming back from being able to get back in that cabin full with larvae.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with it.
What you
I ain't trying to watch all that. That's it?
Put on fire, it would just sit there and smolder. You could pour
Well, that's it, y'all. You lit that shit on fire. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, like I said, man, I can't do the yellow jackets, man, but yeah, for me to hire this guy, he needs to get all that out, 100% of that out, and whoever owned this house, I feel, yeah, I couldn't do it, man. We out of here, man. We out.